Upcoming.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the upcoming video games of the month of sports. Yeah, September is the month of sports, as you're about to see. My name is Globku, and these are the video games we decided to highlight this month. First up, Songbringer, a Legend of Zelda-style top-down RPG with procedurally generated worlds. Some of the dungeons in this game are fixed, but even their positions will change depending on the world you generated. You can even share the random world you're playing with a friend by giving him the seed code. Its pixely design is beautiful, and the reviews have ranged from mediocre to good. Next, a game from my own home country. Greedy Guns comes from the Portuguese developer Tiwatum, which translates into Uncle Tuna, in case you're curious, and it is described as a cross between Metal Slug and Metroid. A Metroid Slug, if you will. A side-scroller bullet hell game with platforming and abilities you obtain as you go that will help you unlock new areas of the map. September 5th brings us 2017's Game of the Year, everybody! It's Knack 2! And also, LEGO Worlds is coming to the Switch. September 6th is one of the most anticipated days of the year for a lot of gamers out there. It's the release day for Destiny 2. Let's hope Bungie gets it right this time. Over the existence of the first game, we've had good Destiny and we've had bad Destiny. From the betas they've run, Destiny 2 seems like good Destiny, but I'm personally hoping for something more than just good Destiny. Very much looking forward to this. Oh, and PC gamers, sorry. Guess you guys are gonna have to wait almost 2 months for the game on the PC. The following day we have a visual novel, which usually I don't cover on the channel, but it's for the anime Konosuba, which is very highly rated. It's a comedy, probably worth watching if you're into it. As for the game, no idea. And the week closes with Monster Hunter Stories for the 3DS, which features completely different gameplay from the usual Monster Hunter series. It's more of a traditional JRPG, it's story-driven, it has a turn-based battle system. Seems like a cool thing for fans of the series wanting to take a break before Monster Hunter World. The following week, the sports begin! Konami kicks us off with Pro Evo 2018. On the same day, we have a new installment of the Y series, VIII Lacrimosa of Dana. From what I know, the Y series behaves a little bit like an MMO in structure, but it's a single-player game. So you have this huge world to explore, you have quests, dungeons, and some really cool boss fights as well. I hear the story doesn't really matter, so feel free to jump right into VIII. And Rayman Legends, which is out literally on everything at this point, is coming to the Nintendo Switch, which admittedly sounds like a great platform for that game. It also has touchscreen support now, though I don't exactly know what they're doing with it. Don't care. Moving on. 2 days later, the sequel to the critically acclaimed Divinity Original Sin comes out. The plot takes place centuries after the first game, and as far as gameplay goes, you can expect something very similar to the first one. Hype Swap is our point-and-click adventure game of the month because I like this art style. It looks really good. You guys ready for more sports? It's EA Sports' turn with both NHL 18, which I've heard is incredibly similar to the previous game, and they're back with NBA Live 18. I guess they haven't thrown in the towel yet. Let's see how this one goes for them this time. On the 3DS, we get the reimagining of Metroid 2. Metroid Samus Returns is not a one-to-one remake of the classic, but it does feature a similar story and structure to the original game. The controls, visuals, and some gameplay elements, though, have been modified, so it's fresh, but hopefully still captures the original's vibe. And closing the second week of September, we have a standalone expansion for Dishonored 2. Dishonored, Death of the Outsider is a sequel to Dishonored 2. You'll play as Billy Lurk, and your quest is to end the Outsider. Good luck! The following week opens up with a Solus project coming out for PlayStation 4, already available on PC and Xbox One, and then Take-Two is all like, oh, we got some sports as well. Here's NBA 2K18 for every platform out there. We've also got a fighting game, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, which got a bit of a mixed reaction from fans so far. Instead of a 3-on-3 fighting game, now it's a 2-on-2, but each team gets to choose an Infinity Stone, which changes your playstyle quite a bit. You can expect a story mode and the usual online features. Ekko is a stealth action game, but it doesn't have enemies like most games do. The enemy in this game is you. Every enemy you encounter are clones of your character, but they don't just look like you, they behave like you as well. They will learn from your behavior, they'll be aggressive if you are, they'll try to cut you off if you're sneaky. They're very clever because they are you. Interesting concept. We talked about Hidden Dragon Legend last month, the 2D hack and slash game from China. It's been delayed to September 19th. And Pompadour, a narrative-driven 2D action platformer with multiple classes and an awesome art style. It went kind of unnoticed on the PC when it came out last year, so now it's coming to consoles as well. Later that week, the Nintendo Switch gets some killer releases, starting with Steamworld Dig 2. Just like the first game, it revolves around mining. You create paths underground, finding orbs and resources, and fight off creatures that appear in your path. In comparison to the first game, it seems like this one has a heavier focus on platforming elements and a Metroidvania-style underground world. The following day, Pokken Tournament X comes out. It's basically the same Pokken Tournament game that came out for the Wii U, with a few extra characters and features. And also Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 comes out for the Switch, with some specific features for this console, like some local multiplayer options, as well as doing Kamehamehas with motion controls. I'm sure it works great. The LEGO Ninjago movie video game is also coming out for the Switch, along with other consoles. It's a LEGO game. At this point, you've got to know what this is about. And on the 3DS, Nintendo is also releasing Pokemon Gold and Silver through the Virtual Console. Yeah, that's right. Those games from the Game Boy Color. The 22nd is also getting Project Cars 2 after the success of the first one. There's a lot of people looking forward to more vroom vroom. And closing the week is Raiders of the Broken Planet. Okay, this is a tough one. I've been researching this game for like 30 minutes now. I know it's a third-person shooter, I know it has multiplayer, it has a story mode, and I know it's from the studio that brought us Castlevania Lords of Shadow, despite the game looking nothing like that. Maybe fucking take some time to tell us what's so unique about this game, because at the surface level, it just looks generic, and no one's gonna put in the time I just did researching a game they don't care about. It doesn't matter that it comes from the Lords of Shadow developers. What matters is what's different about this one. I don't know, I can tell you. The next week, Hob comes out. This is an action adventure from the Torchlight developers, because you know, the gameplay is actually similar. This is the case where it matters. I really like the style, and I really like the Torchlight games as well. I thought they were way better than Diablo, but obviously my opinion was wrong according to the internet. So a single player action adventure in an open world that looks like this, sign me up. Same day we get a new game from Devolver. It's called Ruiner. It's a cyberpunk isometric shooter. It's about fast-paced gameplay, brutal kills with unique weapons, lots of blood, just like Devolver likes it, but it's not all action all the time. There are slower storytelling moments where you explore this Blade Runner looking city and check out what the neighborhood is like. Senran Kagura Beach Splash is coming to the west, and I don't want to live on this planet anymore. Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony continues the style of the previous games. It's a visual novel where you gather evidence during your day life as a student to use as weapons against actual criminals during the class trials at night. Episode 2 of Batman: The Enemy Within is also coming out on this day. Halo Wars 2 has a DLC called Awakening the Nightmare, which features a new campaign, 2 multiplayer maps, and a new co-op mode. And Fallout 4 is releasing Game of the Year. Fallout 4 Game of the Year. No. 2 days later, Total War Warhammer 2 comes out. I thought the first one was pretty good, so I'm happy people liked it. And here we are with a sequel, merging 2 of the biggest real-time strategy franchises of all time. In case you forgot, it's Sports Month! So here's EA Sports once again with the last sports game of this month. It's the behemoth, the money-making machine, it's FIFA 18. Cuphead comes out on the same day, and this might be my pick of the month. The style alone makes you want to play the game. It's so unique in the way it looks that it captivated gamers from all over the world. I played a little bit a couple of years ago. I enjoyed the boss fights they had available, and since then they have delayed the game multiple times, making it more than just a boss rush game, making me really excited for this release. Gundam Versus is extremely popular in Japan. You might have heard of it. It's a multiplayer game with a ton of mechs with different abilities in terms of weapons, mobility, and it's now coming to the West as well. And to close out the month, we shouldn't forget that the mini Super Nintendo is coming. It's probably already sold out at this point, but with the mini SNES comes a new game, Starfox 2. Yeah, Starfox 2 never officially came out back then, which makes it a 2017 game. It's a viable pick for 2017's Game of the Year now. So there's that. And those are the games coming out this month. As usual, let me know in the comments which games you're looking forward to playing, and if you want to chat about any of these games, join us on our Discord channel, link in the description below. If you're feeling like watching some more Magical Noob, here are 2 more videos. One of them is a Dragon Ball FighterZ interview, one of my favorite interviews of all time. And as always, my name is Goku. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Boy!